Hi, Robyn Whatley Kahn here. Welcome back to Best Healthy Self video. Today we're going to do our cortices plus. So we'll do the cortices. If you've been watching the other in the series of the Best Healthy Self videos, you'll know that the cortices is one of the best techniques that BodyTalk system has, and I'm a BodyTalk instructor worldwide, so that's why actually today I'm standing here in British Columbia. It's the fall time and it was too beautiful to stay inside. So what the second technique will be is if you have a little trouble with, like if you're walking on a walk like this, like a little hike that I'm doing, if you get tired, maybe you have little problems with coordination, this will be a great technique that we're going to do as the second technique today. So let's get started. First, the cortices, which is going to be, we're going to be balancing the energies of the brain on the left and the right side of the cortices, of both hemispheres. So we're going to take our hand with fingers together and place it on the back part of the head where the head connects with the neck. And then we're going to tap using this hand. We're going to tap gently like you're tapping a baby's head. We're registering with the brain that new information, new communication between that right and the left side of the hemispheres is coming into the body. And we're tapping the area right here, which is the sternum area. We're tapping that because that will store this new communication. And then come up one hand position. So if you were down here, so you're just coming up one hand's width at a time. Take nice deep breaths. And if you have things like insomnia, or maybe you're studying, you're for college exam or real estate exam or something like that, or if you have stress just from life in general right now with the economy the way it is, or problems with the family, anything like that, any kind of stress at all, this is a wonderful technique to do, especially before you go to sleep at night. And I like to do mine early in the morning. Brush your teeth, do your cortices. It's that easy. The reason I keep reminding you to take deep breaths is because the brain actually can scan the whole body when you're taking a real big, deep, slow breath. I'm going to go all the way down to the eyebrows here. Right now we're doing the frontal part of the brain. We've actually covered every single part of the brain. You don't really need to know the names, but we've done the occiput and the parietal and the temporal areas and the frontal lobe. There's 4 main areas of the brain, of the neocortices, the new cortices. So what I'm doing here, because we're holding the sides, and everyone says to me in class, well, how are we supposed to tap then? Just put your thumb where your hand was. And then all your fingers are free to do the tapping. So just tap lightly, taking your deep breath, and then tapping on your sternum area to store that new information. There's many times in the body that the body is not communicating right. There's 50 trillion cells, and we are walking miracles. You must know that about yourself at this age. But sometimes because of compromises, such as maybe a car accident or sports injury or a fall, things will change in the body, and they're not quite as perfect as they used to be. So they aren't communicating. The body will keep you going in emergency mode. Maybe you've had an operation, you never were quite the same after that. All of these things can be helped if you get your brain organized and have it really looking at what's going on. If you want a session, you should go online at www.bodytalksystem.com and find a practitioner that's in your area. We're in 42 countries around the world, so there must be somebody close to you so you can have a private session. Okay, so that was cortices. Now let me tell you this new helpful hint for you. Okay, we're going to be working today on if somebody has being tired if they're walking, or if they're standing up at their work and they just get the tired feeling all the time. Or maybe you have dyslexia. Maybe when you read something, you turn the words around and the letters like B and D's, you turn those around. This exercise is fabulous for that. You're going to take your finger on each side of your belly button and your hands right here. You're coming down from where your collarbone is, so you're about 1 inch or 2 down. And here's your midline where your sternum is. You're about 1 inch or 2 out from that. And you'll feel like a little slight indentation. So you're going to stay right there. These are called, in some modalities, these are called brain buttons, brain points. And take your belly button and go out about 1 inch on either side. Breathing again, rubbing both those points. I've had people that couldn't even jump rope, not one jump. They couldn't get coordinated enough for one jump. And after this technique, they could jump. Okay, and now we'll do the full cortices again, a little faster this time because you probably remember we're going to cover each part of our brain. Big, deep breaths. Coming up 1 hand width at a time. And you hold it about 2 breaths at each hand width. See how simple it is? But profound. We've had people wake up from comas by doing this one technique. We've had people that have gone into shock from car accidents, and the 911 responders are reporting in from around the world that this technique brings them out of shock. And there's less case of internal bleeding when something like that happens. So remember this. It might look a little silly and might look funny when you're first seeing it, but I've used it for hundreds and hundreds of things, and I've had thousands of cases with my clients where this, along with a full body talk session, has really made health change turnarounds for them. And remember to tap on your sternum. Okay. So I'm Robyn Whatley Kahn. Thanks for tuning in today, and I do hope all of these techniques are going to help you be your best healthy self.